Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. We're here today for a special episode with our full review of AEW Grand Slam, plus the Ring of Honor tapings that happened before the show, and PWA Colosseum, which happened the night before. This is Mr. Dan Danielson. I'm Reece, here to talk about all things professional wrestling in Madison Square Garage.
I'd ask you how your weekend was, Reece, but I've been with you the entire time.
Yes, exactly. So no need to small talk or chit chat. Let's just nut right into it.
No, let's small talk and chit chat.
What?
I don't know. We drove to Sydney. We
saw trees.
Went and had
shrubs.
Five Guys for dinner. Not five literal guys, like the burgers. If people haven't had Five Guys before.
They are pretty damn good.
They are pretty good.
I know they're kind of pricey, and like you pay like $20 for just the burger.
Yeah,
but like it's worth it. It's worth it.
Like
because the variety of salads you get, and they're fresh.
You can pick all the toppings. Like I got the double bacon cheeseburger and then added all my salads and stuff on it. It was like a bacon deluxe from Hungry Jack's on steroids. Like it's such a good burger.
I just opted for the single patty. But what I really like about that is, I was talking to Luke, they don't use like jarred, pickled jalapenos. They just slice up fresh jalapenos.
And just bang them straight on.
Yeah like the seeds and the membrane and stuff, all intact. Just slice a jalapeno.
I'm sure Editor Luke will chuck in a picture of one of our burgers there. And then on the Saturday, we went out to our favourite cheat day, or the other social cafe in Peakhurst.
Peakhurst Social Cafe.
Get some toasties. Yeah. That's on there.
Yeah.
What else did we do all weekend? We drove around. We saw a bunch of people going on Ed Sheeran concert. We hung out with Chris from
Wrestling Aussie, who you can see some little badges strewn around. So thank you to him for supplying us with those badges, which each one has a different state on it. So it's like wrestling Victoria style, wrestling New Zealand style as well. So he's included our friends from over the ditch.
Yep. And like we probably talked to Robbie Eagles last week about, we could probably put the Northern Territory and Tasmania ones out until Robbie gets a match.
Yes, correct. So don't forget to head over and check out that interview with Robbie Eagles. We were graced by his presence in person in Madison Square Garage.
He was here. Who else did we see on the weekend? Oh, the Wrestle Radio guys. We saw Lachlan.
We saw Lachlan and Jamie, who also does Pariah Magazine and Australian Wrestling Cards as well, which is good.
Saw them.
Nice to finally meet and see them in person.
Correct. I've been hanging out on the Twitch streams for a while. It's good to see them in person. Yeah. And then just there's so much wrestling this weekend.
Yeah, lots. That's pretty much all we did. We watched SmackDown before we went to AEW.
We did. Yeah, I forgot about that part. We did that too.
Yeah, because we were just like lounging around, recovering from PWA prior to going to AEW. Now let's move on to AEW
first
and talk about Grand Slam. So
unfortunately, the story I'm gonna jump in again, Reece. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's get the shit part out of the way first.
We couldn't get a chair this year.
Couldn't get a chair this year. The merchandise situation was fucked again. So it has been a point of conjecture about everyone that was in the line during the show, after the show, blah blah blah. We ended up finding out after the show from Chris from Wrestling Oz Style did find out from another content creator in Australia that they apparently divvied up the merch between Sydney and Brisbane this time.
Yeah, because they had two shows.
Still not enough.
So we were in the line. I mean, you guys lined up. You and Luke were in there pretty early, right? Like just after 6, after doors?
Yeah, so I think we got in about 6:15. The line was pretty long. So the way that they had the merch table set up, they had a big corner section. And then had a nice snaking line, and then that was all with dividers. And then they just snaked the line around, and they had staff like ushering people around, making sure people weren't cutting and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know, probably like technically the third extension of the line.
Yeah, you guys.
So it would go around the divided part.
Yep.
Extended down this way, back down that way, and then back up, and we were on that corner.
I would have said you guys would be the first couple of hundred people in.
Yeah.
Like you weren't that far behind.
No, not too much. But the problem was, before we'd even got to the sectioned area where there was actual dividers, shirts were already selling out.
Yeah.
And like that was not a good sign to start with. So I think you guys got inside 10 minutes after us.
We weren't that far behind you.
No, we weren't that far at all. PWA did some nice shows at the skate park.
Correct.
The Monster Skate Park.
Monster Skate Park.
Across the road. So
Lockie had to see Kai Drake at least come to the ring. So Kai, we waited for you, and then we had to leave. Sorry,
yes. So me and Luke were waiting in line, and we figured, hey, we go there. We ended up finding Chris from Wrestling Oz Style. We all waited in line for the merch. The range, while I feel like it was possibly a bit wider than last year.
There was only 9 things, man. There was 9.
There were. I've got a photo that I took of the merch, so we'll pop that there. That is after a shirt had already sold out, so one's missing, which was apparently the AEW logo across the middle. So kind of like this shirt, this bright yellow shirt. And then there was like barbed wire around it. I think on the back it said AEW. AEW is for the sickos. That was gone before we'd pretty much even gotten in line. As we were going in line.
Then it was the Tony Storm shirt?
Tony Storm sold out. And then I think MJF was next. And then the event shirts went after that.
Yep.
By the time we got up, there was Babes of Wrath. There was a Hangman shirt that we couldn't read until we were literally like 5 meters away from it. This Marvelous shirt, which I kind of regretted not caving in and getting the long sleeve last year, which was the much more prominently green shirt. Same material, same sort of like fishing shirt. It's a warm day today. It's like 28 degrees at the moment.
Yep.
Thereabouts.
Warmish.
This is a light shirt. It's very breathable, so it's a good shirt, fishing shirt. Got this. Clearly got the bucket hat. Dan didn't get anything.
I got nothing for me.
Yeah,
we got the
Dan
bucket hat.
didn't get anything.
Lockie got the last Kyle Fletcher shirt.
The last.
Because it was the one on, like, when we went there was like the one that was still up on the wall on the like mannequin thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what size is the shirt? And if she came back and said small or medium, doesn't matter which one it was, I was buying it for Lockie.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's a small. I was like, done. And you could hear the chorus of, "Aww," from the line behind us when they saw the shirt come off the mannequin because they knew that was the last one they got. And like I said, that would have been 6:45, and the show didn't start till 7:30. So then we were talking to the poor like lady at the venue, and she was like, "Why do they not bring more merch? Like now we're gonna finish it 2 hours early.
Yeah,
I don't get to like get paid out for the rest of my shift.
Yeah,
you know, you guys we don't get any merch. Like it was." We complained so heavily that last year's merch for AEW was a mess. The lines were horrible. They didn't do enough things, blah, 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 blah. We thought they'd learned their lesson. They did not.
No. And the even worse part was there was less paraphernalia to purchase as another option in case shirts sold out.
No hats. Oh, I mean, the bucket hat, sure.
Bucket hats were there. There was no like caps or anything. Last year we had the Tony Storm exclusive dolls, which like we've still got our one sitting up there. I mean, can't really see it too well, but we've got one.
She's there.
We've got one. Like no stickers, no badges, no mini replica belts.
No backpack. No nothing.
No nothing.
Satchels. Like, and I mean,
something.
I think we obviously didn't go to the VIP, and I
the belts were gone super quick.
VIPs all bought the belts and stuff to start with, and that's probably why a fair chunk of the stock would have gone because, you know, your VIPs that spend your hundreds of dollars on your tickets to get floor seats and stuff, get your satchel bags, get your shop voucher. They buy all their stuff early. Cool. Look, you pay for that experience. That's good for you. But for the regular punter that shows up to the show at 7 o'clock, an hour before doors, to walk in and have nothing for sale for merch, it's just not good enough.
And by the time the majority of people had like given up or gotten through and gotten the merch, pretty much the only stuff that was left was bucket hats and these shirts.
And the Hangman shirt.
And the Hangman shirt. It was, I think it was like a really like salmon sort of color with pink print on it.
Yes.
So the colors blended a little bit too much. Like you could see from a distance of about 20 meters.
It's a really good design.
Yeah, it's good design, but just poor printing choice.
Yeah.
So that was hanging around because...
Sorry, my voice is really cooked already.
Yeah.
It's been a long weekend.
And look, weekend.
I don't want to shit on the whole thing. Like the rest of the night and everything was really fun. But this was a big gripe that we had last year in Brisbane was that it was too hot, it was too disorganized to get into your seats, and there was not enough merch. This time being at Kudos, like
everything went fine. It was literally just the merch that I have as a complaint.
Like Blink-182 concerts, Sleep Token, Bring Me the Horizon, like big bands where they have thousands of shirts. Yeah. And everybody that walks in gets a shirt or whatever. Like this was just so undersold in terms of the merch levels. It was incredibly disappointing. Because like you said, you were 15 minutes after doors at worst. Yeah. Right? We were half an hour after the doors opened. and we were lining up watching stock disappear.
Yes.
I could not have understood how disappointed I would have been if I was, and I think we said this last year too.
So many kids would have been in line so keen to get something, and by the time they get up, there's nothing from anyone that they wanted. But also, like all the event shirts and all the MJF shirts, Kyle Fletcher, like everything was just gone so quickly.
And I think I said this last year, and I stand by it. If I'm a family and I'm a mum and dad and I bring my 2 kids to the AEW show, I'm not taking them there at 5 o'clock to stand outside to wait for doors to open to go to the merch tent when it starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the kids are going to get bored. They're going to be frustrating. It's going to be horrible. I'm going to show up at 7, an hour before the show, get the kids a t-shirt, get them a hot dog, go and sit in our seats.
Yeah.
If that was your plan as a parent, merch is gone.
Yeah.
And that is so disappointing. And it's disappointing from the fans that they don't get the merch and they don't get, to take home an experience from the show.
Yeah.
It's disappointing from the wrestler's perspective. Kyle Fletcher could have made a ton more shirts.
Oh,
you had
the Tony Storm shirt was so good. The design was great. The really like 50s Disney.
Betty Boop.
Yeah, that sort of like 50s Disney cartoon sort of era print. And it looked great. And like I even said, like, I didn't really want to get this shirt. I was kind of tossing up between this and the Tony Storm one. Tony Storm one disappeared in line. So then we started joking, do we get a Babes of Wrath shirt? Not that we don't like the Babes of Wrath.
We just plain white shirt, really.
Yeah, it's just a white shirt with print. But like, yeah. You can all laugh at me with this ridiculous shirt because it's very yellow.
We're not going to miss you and we're not going to not see you coming.
No.
That's for sure.
No, now I'll be even more recognizable.
Yeah. But let's go into the show itself, right?
Let's start talking about the show positively because
we'll cut back to the Ring of Honor stuff, which was pre-taped.
Yes.
Because that kind of ties more into the PWA Colosseum stuff that we'll discuss after the AEW show.
Yes,
so stick around for the local things because there was a lot of amazing local talent on this Ring of Honor team.
And not just the AEW contracted talent either.
Correct. Everyone was getting a go.
We were loaded up. And as an Australian, and we've talked about this so many times on the podcast, like growing up watching WWE, TNA, we never really had any Australians. And now we're just like, we're taking over the professional wrestling world. And it's absolutely amazing to see.
Yep.
It brings such a nice, warm feeling to your heart.
Warms the cockles of your heart.
The cockles. The cockles. The moxels.
The Mox. Well,
terrible segue to the first match.
Pretty good segue.
Kicking off Grand Slam Australia, Jon Moxley putting up his Continental Championship against Konosuke Takeshita, which
we thought was going to be a banging match, and it was.
It was a banger match. They started exchanging blows and holds and stuff really early. There was the part that like really got me excited. And I was like, oh, we're in for a great match here. Mox had the head scissors on Takeshita, and he'd gotten to the ropes and he'd kind of gotten out of it, and he just sort of like, Takeshita's down like this, and he just sort of like comes up slowly and just goes like head to head with Moxley, and they were just like staring each other down. I was like, oh, here we go.
We'd seen them on Dynamite throughout the week where they had the 6-man tag and they were sort of fighting and bickering with each other.
Yeah.
I think you and I said this on the drive to Sydney, how it's really strange that Moxley is being cheered as a babyface, although the Death Riders are still technically a heel faction.
They are really tweenering lately.
Same as Takeshita with the Don Callis family. Like, we like them both, but they're both technically heels. And I found it really strange on Dynamite this week when Mox and the Death Riders faced the Don Callis family in the first match of the night. Moxley was getting cheered. And then Moxley was on commentary with Daniel Garcia and Clark Connors in a tag match against Orange Cassidy later in the night. And he was getting booed as a heel. And I was like, hang on a second.
What's going on?
An hour ago, we liked him. Now we hate him. This is so confusing. But this match was an absolute banger. It was exactly what we thought it was going to be in terms of physical movement. They went outside the ring. They beat each other up for a bit. I think the point because obviously it was a Continental Classic, or not a Continental Classic, whatever the Continental Championship?
Yeah, Continental Championship, 20-minute time limit matches.
And then we
no interferences.
10 minutes to go. And I was like,
that was a really quick 10 minutes.
And I was like, this is going to be a draw, isn't it? And then I was like, oh, I don't know. And then it was 5 minutes to go. And I was like, this is definitely going to be a
draw. kind of similar to what they did with that Ciampa and Kyle Fletcher match. That last 5 minutes, they just crammed in such a high intensity segment of the match to get fans like right on the edge of their seats.
Yep. Oh, it worked.
And it got us right on the edge of our seats. And there were several times where I was like, holy shit, Takeshi's going to do it.
The last minute, so obviously really fun match to get to the last minute, like 1 minute to go, and you could see both of them were just like in the corners, downed and like tired, and then they just went bang.
Yeah.
Shot 1, 2, 3 out. What shot 1, 2 out, 1, 2 out. They did it like 4 or 5. It was perfect because we were just like, is it? And then time limit, and then everyone booed, and I was like, well, we always knew this was going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah.
They kind of got at each other a little bit. Moxley looked pretty pissed that it ended in a draw. Takeshita obviously was because he didn't get the championship, and he ended up attacking Moxley after the match. So I feel like that's going to set up for potentially Revolution in a couple of weeks' time.
Absolutely.
So going to be great to see that match again. Moving on to the next match, the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships.
Babes of Wrath.
The Babes of Wrath. Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron against Megabad, Megan Bayne, and Penelope Ford.
This is fine.
Yeah, look.
I don't want to overtalk this match. It was fine.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we don't really have too much of a critique. It was an entertaining match, but like, I feel like all the other matches kind of superseded it a little bit. So this was not a bad match, but it's on the lower end of the scale for the matches that were had this night.
Being Aussie, I don't think Harley got as much of a pop.
And I think like that's the thing, because you had your mate sitting next to you, didn't even know who Harley Cameron was, right? Or,
no, she didn't know who the other person was.
We'll save that for a second.
We'll leave my mate out of this.
You've probably already seen it and you know, but let's go through the motions.
But yeah, look, the match itself was really fine. They worked over Willow for most of it till Harley got the hot tag, which wasn't quite as hot as it probably could have been. No. I think Willow is the better worker of them, but that's fine. Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne, obviously they work well as a heel team. This was all well and good, it was all fine. Then we ended up getting the win for the Babes of Wrath. That was really nice.
Yep.
And then there was an attacker that came out afterwards.
Very tall attacker. Some might say the tallest bitch on the indies.
Some might say that she still thinks we're number one. So Lena Cross is now officially All Elite.
We did report that a couple months ago because Fightful mentioned she had signed, but they hadn't utilized her yet. And it's funny because we didn't mention that. I think it was like morning of or during PWA sometime because we saw her at the PWA merch booth.
Yep, she was at Colosseum.
So we were kind of like, oh yeah, what happened with that? Well, that's what happened.
They were just waiting. I think the problem, and this is maybe us sort of overselling how much of a mark we are to the local wrestling stuff.
We popped so hard for Lena Cross.
The friend that Reece is insinuating was Jasmine. I don't know if you watch our podcast, Jasmine, but I appreciate all of your commentary last night because you were very good at everything from AEW. She knew every referee's name, every person, and gave her opinion on literally everything that occurred. But she didn't know who Lena Cross was. So she was like, I don't know who this bitch is. Look, don't touch my Willow. And I was like, hang on a minute. Like, you don't know Lena? Like, the reason they did this in Australia was that this is Lena Cross showing up in Australia.
Yes. But also, like, and I think it kind of goes hand in hand with the different levels of wrestling fans as well. Like, we're pretty deep down there, right?
So is everybody else that's watching this video. So thank you for liking and subscribing and following the links below.
Subscribe. Go watch that Robbie Eagles interview. Because pump those numbers.
Lena had a match on Collision last year against Stat.
Yes, correct.
So she's been on AEW before. Obviously, was on their radar. Now she's signed. Awesome stuff.
But to those who just watch like AEW on a weekly basis or just watch WWE on a weekly basis,
you would know.
You wouldn't know who Lena Cross was. But as wrestling super fans, marks, we're marks.
We're smarks. Well, for sure.
Which is funny because that was like my slander of the weekend. It was like I took a photo of the line because we hadn't gotten in line for AEW yet. I took a photo of the line to send to you because you stayed at the skate park with Lockie. I was like, look at all these marks.
That's us.
Yeah, I'm a mark. Yeah, great to see Lena Cross. I think the topic of conversation on that after she debuted was that's going to be a really interesting dynamic because Willow's got the tag team championship and the TBS championship.
Yep.
Is it going to be Megan Bayne or is it going to be Lena Cross that goes for the TBS championship? And whichever one ends up going for that one, is the other one going to be with Penelope Ford and still go for the tag team championship? Well, because it seems like it's not done.
No, and the promo they cut backstage where Lena kind of introduced herself and said that, she was the perception or whatever. I can't remember the wording. It was a really good
promo. I hope they showed it on there. the live
But
stream.
it kind of showed that like she was coming in as the leader.
It did seem a little bit like that. And I feel like maybe that's just because she's a couple or like an inch or two taller. Just a tiny bit taller than Megan Bain. And I think that was one of the common things that I saw this morning as people were talking about the leaks and stuff that happened. Because it only aired today.
Yeah, a couple of hours
on the
ago.
drive back. So we were recording at like 3 o'clock. It happened. It had finished by the time we'd gotten back to Canberra. And people were already talking about, wow, who's Lena Cross? Like, she's taller than Megan Bain. Holy shit, because Megan Bain is one of the biggest women's wrestlers that they have in AEW. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm keen to see it.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the other tag team match, the mixed tag team match, because I wrote it in the wrong order.
Okay, right.
But yeah. Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy facing off against Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir.
So glad Wheeler shaved his head.
Starting off hot as the Death Riders are coming through the crowd, which we were, when you watch the broadcast, the entrance that they were coming out of, we were like directly above that. Not directly, but like the level above, directly above.
Yes. And I mean, look, decent seats. I
Good view. I didn't use the big screen too much that night.
No, you can still see.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I think you might see some people online talk about the poor ticket sales and all that sort of stuff for the event. And
they set up for nearly 8,000 and they got nearly 8,000.
Yeah, somewhere. It was like 7,500 people there. The entire, if you've been to Sydney before, if you've been to Kudos Bank Arena for concerts or whatever, the entire third floor was tarped off. So there was no one upstairs. So there was...
Don't ruin the illusion.
There was probably another 10,000 seats they could have used.
Oh, absolutely.
If they had that space, but they didn't. I guess my gripe in terms of the tickets and stuff was we purchased like a week after tickets went on sale.
Yeah.
And we got these spots, which I was fine with buying them at like 200 or 250 or whatever they were for the seats.
Between
like
the 2 to 250 mark.
But then when they didn't sell out, because they obviously still had the seats above the whole top part, there.
Yeah.
They didn't sell any of those. We didn't get shifted down. We didn't get any seat upgrades or anything like that. And I think a lot of the people that purchased early tickets probably
got a bit hard done by.
Because the last week of the show, they were giving like 25% off tickets. They were giving away a bunch of free tickets and things. And like,
and it's really unfortunate for those like diehard fans that want to, and maybe they get a little bit of the FOMO. They want to just like cement their place in a bit of history. AEW's first time in Sydney. We were all pumped for it because the Brisbane show was great last year.
Yeah.
Didn't want to miss out just in case it went a bit hot this week.
But maybe next year we learn we don't buy tickets early. We just wait.
We'll take a breather next year. And because, I think like the big section in front of us, so kind of like the inner bowl of the arena.
Yep.
They would have been possibly cheaper than what we paid for our seats.
Yep. By the start of the event, yes.
Yeah.
It would have been cheaper.
But yeah, this match started hot as Death Riders were coming out. Toni and Orange Cassidy come and attack them in the crowd. What I really liked was they had both cameras with a split screen on the Titantron up the top, so we could just sit there and watch and see what's happening with both scenarios, which was great.
I did like that we got a Luther chant happening before the match even started.
Yes, because he'd come out with his little barber outfit on. He brought out the supplies as well, so I'm just waiting for that eventual loser to get their head shaved.
And when Luther comes out with it, it kind of gives away the finish, right?
Yeah,
like he's not shaving Tony's head.
Just a little bit. Toni got taken out pretty much straight away.
Driver through the table.
Yeah, so her and Marina were brawling to the front left of us. Wheeler and Cassidy went off to the right. And again, conspicuously placed tables sitting in the crowd, kind of cordoned off a little bit. So they were kind of like, oh, it's just production.
His production tables as Moxley walks past them 3 times on his way to the ring. Like,
Wheeler had momentarily disposed of Orange Cassidy. He comes over, saves Marina from getting thrown off the little balcony area that they were standing on, which only would have been a couple meters, so not too much damage. The Wheeler pile drives Toni Storm half through the tables because the tables didn't break properly.
Not quite. We can see what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Luther ended up carrying Toni Storm out, and then that's when you go, because we're smart marks, we're like,
And we wait for Toni to come back.
Yes. And
the whole time we just chanted that Wheeler's a wanker.
Yep.
I think we got a Wheeler's a shit C word.
Yep.
Happening as well. Like we gave him a lot, and to his credit, he took it all in, he was
loving
to the
it,
crowd.
He was loving it.
OC did his fantastic job of, playing the underdog.
The little hope spots, trying to get back on top. Executed well.
Yep. It was all well and good. Paid my numbers, I think, at this stage of the match.
Tony Storm
comes back, and then they win, and we shave Wheeler's head.
Yes. What the really good part that we need to talk about, because you spotted Mox coming out through the tunnel. Yeah, so Death Riders were coming out.
Wheeler's lost. They will go to shave his head, and he's just like, nah, screw you guys, I'm leaving. He
tries to go through the crowd.
Moxley walks out from the back and just like
a disappointed father.
That's the thing. He was a disappointed Moxley. He wasn't angry. He wasn't mad. He grabbed him by the ear, which you do to your kid. You're like, get back in that ring, mate.
You made the agreement. Yeah. You followed through.
You did it. This is your choice.
And what I really liked was that he followed through. He sat there and he took it. And usually when you get those hair matches, someone will fight, you like choke him out, and then they're just like in the chair pretending to be unconscious. But no, he just sat there and took it. And I like that AEW presented that in a different light.
Correct. And I like that Moxley kind of like continued that disappointed dad. Like he stayed in the ring and he just turned his back to it and was like over the turnbuckle looking away. He didn't leave. He was just like, we've succumbed to our fate. We have made a poor decision here and we lost. We have to now live with that. And I think this now furthers that Moxley turning face storyline part because he's enforced this to happen. You let me down. This was on you. And if Yuta wants to stay heel and him and Shafir want to be more of the heel act, then he can get mad at Moxley because you made me do it. We could have just left, blah, blah. And then Moxley turns and Moxley can have a match with Wheeler and then away we go.
I still wonder if they're going to, because a lot of people were theorizing that they were going to play off the story of Mox being kicked out of the Death Riders.
Yep.
I wonder if that's still, like, this is going to be a catalyst to help progress that story. Possibly. Or whether it's just going to be like a split or a dissolution.
Yeah, could be.
Don't know. It'll be interesting to see what unfolds there.
Adds to the baldness of the Death Riders now.
Well, yeah, because we got a fair few of those chances.
Claudio and there's Mox and then there's Reece.
Yeah.
They weren't chanting for you.
No, I had a hat on.
Saying.
Yeah, had a hat on. We'll talk about that soon. PWA had some great chants. Moving on to the number one contenders match. Andrade El Idolo versus Hangman Adam Page.
Why did we all want Andrade to take his pants off so much?
Because he took his pants off the other week.
I know, and they were very small trunks. I know.
That's it. That's it.
It's just the whole match.
We wanted to see his little package, or maybe big package. I don't know. I don't remember.
And I think this match we also chanted, "We want tables."
It was one of the matches that didn't have a stipulation.
Yeah. Why do we want? We don't want tables. Shut up, crowd.
I really hate when crowds do that, especially for a non-stipulated match. Like, no, they can't get tables; they'll get disqualified.
This match was really. I think it was again a really good match, right? Like Hangman
superb
and Andrade are really good. I like the way that Tony Khan and AEW have pushed Andrade now that he's come back straight to the top of the Don Callis family.
I thought he might have pipped Hangman here, but I feel like the story going in the Revolution, like Hangman and MJF, like.
Spoiler alert as to who wins the title. I think so. I think that as soon as
that's
Hangman
a match
won
to
this,
get box office.
Yes, agree. I do like the spot where Andrade keeps getting with the pretty women in the crowd, and like on Dynamite, it was some OnlyFans women I think that were on one of the shows. Whether that was meant to be or they were just the
no, they were actually OnlyFans models.
No, I know, but like whether or not AEW knew that's what they were, or if they were just like attractive models that they placed there.
I think they got invited to be part of that.
Right.
Angle.
Well, the attractive person in this crowd was actually Aisha, who's a Melbourne wrestler.
Yes. Correct.
So she was already there for other reasons, which we'll talk about later.
We're almost there.
But she was the one that was in the crowd. And I did love the spot where she gave Andrade a kiss and then Hangman kicked him in the head when he was distracted. And then
they got a selfie.
He took the selfie with her, and then she went to kiss him. He's like, no, I'm married.
Yeah.
Good job, Hangman. Stick to your morals, mate. I like it.
Superb.
But this was fun. There was a spot, I think, when Hangman went for the buckshot a couple of times, and I think I said to everybody that, Logan Paul does it better, and I don't think the guys in front of us appreciated that comment. And then there was...
No, he doesn't.
No, it was tongue-in-cheek.
That was the good part.
But then there was a point where they did a bunch of quick reversals. Andrade got him eventually with the what does he call the lock DDT, where he like locks the foot and DDT's Hangman. It was really close to 2 count, but Hangman did end up winning the match because he reversed some top rope stuff into a dead eye, and then hits the buckshot.
Don Callis was out at ringside, and he got his fair share of chance. He almost helped Andrade.
Yeah, for the low blow, but Hangman blocked it.
Yeah.
We love a good low blow. Yeah, look, I think Hangman as the number one contender is the right call. Go to Revolution.
Yeah, him and MJF have such great chemistry in the ring. That match at Revolution is going to be a barn burner.
Mm-hmm.
Second last match of the night. And look, before we get into both matches, I feel like this should have been the main event. And it may, I get it.
It's hard to not make your World Championship match the main event.
But I feel
when it's MJF and he biffs with everybody on the Today Show.
Everyone in Australia. He doesn't like us.
The whole country.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit rude, considering that he used the kangaroo kick and then he was coming out saying that all of our creatures are vermins and horrible animals and stuff when they've got beautiful, majestic creatures like bears and bald eagles. Mate,
sure.
Koalas, drop bears. Have you gone to Perth?
They're both two different creatures.
Yes. Drop bears are real, MJF,
yes.
And they will get you.
Yeah. Off the Harbour Bridge.
Yep.
We've got one station up there for security reasons.
Yeah. And there's probably one in Brisbane at the Entertainment Centre that Robbie Eagles will throw at you after he kicks your head in.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah. But yeah, so the match before that was our TNT
Championship ladder match.
Now, we saw the title change happen on Dynamite with Ciampa dropping it to Kyle Fletcher in what I would say will be, but Meltzer will give this a 5-star match. It was brilliant.
I'm still yet to watch the full match, but some of the highlights I've seen look absolutely crazy.
This was black and gold Ciampa unleashed, and we know how good of a wrestler Kyle Fletcher can be, especially when you just let him go.
Yeah.
And we love Kyle. He's a little crazy. Especially in the ring.
I think that really came across in the CVV interview when CVV was just like, so why do you do this stuff? And he was just like, I'm crazy. And it was like, when he did that, I was just like, this guy's a fucking madman.
Yeah. But the match on Dynamite was absolutely superb. There was so many close kickouts and near falls, and they got to like the last minute or so of the match. And Fletcher won the title. I think there's been a lot of uproar online about why did Ciampa win the title to only drop it 11 days later.
Yeah.
There's some logic to this, I think. I think the plan was never for Mark Briscoe to have dropped the title. I think Briscoe would have kept the title for a couple of weeks, and then Kyle would have become the number one, challenged him for a ladder match in Sydney. I did love the line where he did with Briscoe that, your thing says to reach for the sky. How about you reach for that title and we'll have a ladder match? Perfect line.
Nailed it.
This match, I think, was always the plan. But I think it was Briscoe was going to be the champion. Then Ciampa became a free agent, and Tony Khan hired him and was like, you know what? This would be wild. How about we just give him the title?
Yeah.
And you give him the title, and it's a huge pop, and it's crazy, and you take it off Briscoe, and you put it on Ciampa, and he has a couple of really fun matches on Dynamite, and then he gives it back to Fletcher, so you still get your Briscoe-Fletcher 7, which was always going to be the plan.
Yeah.
You just had this fun little period in between. And I think the other thing, too, was that Ciampa would not have had a working visa with AEW
in that
2 weeks.
Quick amount of time. Yeah.
So there was no way, because people were like, oh, now they're going to do the rematch. And see, I don't think AEW could fly Ciampa to Australia. It's not like you just have to buy flights and put him on a plane. No, he'd have to have a working visa because it's not like a holiday for him. It's like he is employed and he's on TV and he's working. So they would need to have applied for a visa. That shit takes time. And you're not getting Ciampa a working visa in 10 days. So I think that this was all a very fun way to build up Ciampa, give him a couple of fun matches on TV, still have the Briscoe-Fletcher match you were going to have in the first place, but give Kyle this moment of not winning the title in his home country, but coming in as the hero and retaining it.
Yeah.
Which he did, because this match was insane.
Let's talk about some of the spots, because being a ladder match, you obviously expect
it's a spot fest. It's not a wrestling match.
One of the ones that sticks with me is when they set up the ladder outside the match, and Fletcher used another ladder as the bridge from the apron to the ladder. The spot that they ended up doing on that was ridiculous, which I think it was just a superplex off the top rope or something, wasn't it?
From the apron
from the corner onto the apron, yeah. But I expected that ladder to break, not that they would just bounce off it.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then the ladder topples and almost smashes some people in the crowd. That we move back into the ring. I had another ladder spot where it was stationed between, I believe, the corner.
It was jammed in the corner, which one Briscoe went headfirst into, where he just rocketed him straight into it. That busted Briscoe open pretty quickly, which color me surprised. I was expecting Moxley to be the first one to bleed on this, and he didn't bleed. So,
no. But I expected this match for both of them to be bleeding.
And
I figured they'd go pretty crazy. I had another seesaw spot where Briscoe went through the ladder. That one cracked.
That wasn't the J Driller. That was later on, wasn't it? Where
I think it might have been the J Driller.
He hit the J Driller on Kyle.
Yeah.
Onto a ladder bridge off the top turnbuckle. Then there was more matches. Then Briscoe's climbing the ladder and nearly got the title, and Kyle got up and stopped him, and then he hit a brain buster
off the top of the ladder.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. These guys are crazy. Legitimate crazy.
This was fun. Look, it was a ladder match. It was a spot fest. It was we're gonna do these 5 or 6 ridiculously insane, super dangerous spots, and we're gonna punch each other and kick each other a little bit between it.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle Fletcher's kicks are just really
so loud.
Super kicks, and then like the big boots and stuff.
The one where he flies into the corner, right into the corner.
Sound superb. The look also superb.
Yeah.
And all gelled together, and at the speed that he does it, it just looks absolutely devastating.
And we don't like Mark Briscoe and the conglomerate, but he sells well.
Yeah, we'll give it to him. He's good, and he's good. We just don't like his. But I'm
also glad in this match too that Don Callis came out on commentary, so we could all chant "fuck Don Callis" the whole time.
Yes, correct. I'm gonna jump to post show just because it's on the topic.
Sure,
it's on the topic. The heavyweight championship match had ceased.
Yep. Tony Khan comes
out and says, "I want to thank you all for being here. I've got someone else who wants to say thank you and say goodnight. Here's Kyle Fletcher." Kyle comes out with a bag. A blue suede bag.
Blue suede shoes?
Lemon pepper steppers. A lemon pepper bag. With fish.
Now I'm hungry. You said lemon pepper. I want like a lemon pepper chicken burger. Maybe I'm going to get something for dinner.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, right. It's been a long week.
But yes, Kyle Fletcher comes out. He does a big rah-rah speech. And he says, "We've got something special. You guys are the first ones to lay eyes on it."
Mm-hmm. It was up on our Instagram, but I covered it, so you couldn't see it. I didn't put the spoiler out early. You're welcome, Tony.
Yeah. He unveils a pink TNT championship. And he just yells, "It's finally pink!"
He's been saying it on all of his interviews this week, was that, he wanted to do it. And he's been saying for a while that he wanted again. It's his 3rd TNT championship, right?
Yes, correct.
So it's always been a talking point of his. So that's great. Obviously matches all his gear. And looks super cool, super proud. Mark Davis then came out and put it around his waist and they were cheering. And then as, for all you Americans and international fans, us as Australians, we have a little thing.
Oh, the shoey.
And we chanted for a shoey. And Kyle was like, fuck it, why not? Who's got a beer? So
his pink shoe.
He took his own pink wrestling boot off and some random's beer from the crowd just passed it through.
Pours it in, does the shoey.
What a
and
legend.
Then grabs the lace, swings it around, flings it out into the crowd. I think a guy catches it.
Correct.
Gives it to a kid.
In a little Kyle Fletcher shirt. That, to me, was one of the best moments.
Absolutely.
Love when, because the kid just didn't know what was happening.
He was just like, why have I got this shoe?
What is it? And then his dad's like, that's Kyle Fletcher's shoe. Keep that. We'll put it on eBay later for $1,000.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, look, that was a really fun way for us to end the night. And, for Kyle to get that pop in his hometown. We'll talk about this a bit later. We had Kyle the night before at PWA back in his own stomping ground. If you haven't seen his rah-rah speech from that one, go check out our TikTok. His whole speech is up on that.
Yep.
Obviously, huge weekend for Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah. And he did hint at teaming with Mark Davis again at some point.
He said Aussie Open will be back soon. And he also said...
So that gets me excited.
AEW will be back next year. He didn't say specifics.
No.
But he said, we'll see you next year.
It didn't come from Tony Khan, so... Tentatively confirmed for a return in 2027, which I assume they're going to do it around the same time next year.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to... this is a pretty good time for them to have a show in between World's End and Revolution and stuff. It's a good open spot on the calendar. Nice
event to have. We move on to the main event, MJF versus Brody King. And I think, after that TNT match, and also the fact that this was at, 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
hour past my bedtime.
You old bastard.
And I wasn't like heavily
3 hours
drinking.
into the wrestling.
Yeah, 3 hours in, kind of coming down off the slight buzz that I got from a few drinks that I had. I was getting tired, and this match just didn't hit right for me. Not that it was a bad match.
Didn't hit right?
Didn't hit right. Not that it was a bad match. It just, I feel like I set my expectations too high.
I think the problem was we'd had such good individual wrestling matches already, like Moxley, Takeshita, Hangman, Andrade. They were so good, and then this Fletcher thing was just spots. Everyone had peaked.
Yeah.
Seeing the way the story had went from Dynamite 2 weeks ago, where Brody choked out MJF, hit him with the Gonzo bomb. Is it Gonzo bomb? Gordo bomb?
Gordo bomb, I'm pretty sure.
Whatever. Sick looking move, by the way. I really do like it. But everyone was like, "Oh my god, Brody King's going to win." I was like, "No, he's not. He's not beating MJF. Like, let's not." And also, considering Hangman had won the number one contenders earlier in the night, we're like, "Well, this makes Hangman and MJF."
You know what
happen.
would have been really good if Andrade won, because then you would have been like,
Then I could have been either way. Yeah, like, ooh.
Brody King and the whole
the whole F-Ice thing, which we chanted in the crowd because why Australia?
We didn't because.
Yeah, I know. And there was obviously all the talk during the week that Warner Brothers had to put a statement out to say that that's not why Brody wasn't on the show, because he wore an F-Ice shirt. But
people were chanting it.
The fact that like the match hadn't even started and it was the first thing the crowd started chanting, I was like, I don't know if we as Australia need to get that political about ice.
No, because it's got
nothing
to do with us.
Yeah. But look, fair enough. You want to support Brody King, I'd prefer to like dog bark at him and chant Brody rather than whatever that is. But I think the other point that we want to touch on for this match was that MJF got his big entrance. He got the sparklers and everything. The whole arena smelled like sparklers for about 20 minutes after that started.
But there was a
production glitch. Yeah, the banner didn't come down.
It did not. And I only noticed it once like the cue was meant to happen.
Yeah. And I went back
and then I was kind of like just looking around. I was like, oh, there's a banner up there. What happened?
It didn't come down. And I went and looked at like at the end of the night too, and it was still all up there. I was like, oh, unfortunate for MJF. He missed his MJF spot.
The fact that it stood there all night and it wasn't until after it was meant to drop that I noticed it was kind of funny. That's kind of funny. This match was pretty good though. I mean, I guess MJF kind of did the heel chicken shit thing to start with. Brody got on top a little bit. MJF started working the leg, which took Brody out of the majority of the match. He got a couple hope spots here and there, did some work on the outside as well, set up a chair and did the classic like cannonball spot into the chair to MJF, which like almost crushed the front row of the crowd behind them. Don Callis tries to interrupt again.
No, he doesn't.
Didn't he?
No. Bandito came out, remember? And he was...
Wait, why did I say Don Callis?
Yeah, Bandito came out and was banging the mat, trying to support him. MJF...
Last 2 nights, I've not had that great a sleep, so let's just chalk it up to that.
Yeah. So Bandito was there cheering along. No, MJF was just being chicken shit heel as much as he could.
And he went to bring out the diamond ring.
He did get the diamond ring, and then Bryce, the referee, was like, no. And then that was when I was like, oh, now he's going to hit his low blow and finish the match. No. That's when Brody got on top and MJF still kicked out.
Yeah.
Until the finish was where they went to the apron and Brody choked MJF out over the ropes, which is his spot, not Gunther's, despite what WWE were trying to get you to say. And then they brought on the ring apron. MJF hit a pile driver. He kind of went for a pile driver. No, he went for like a pile driver, but instead of driving his head, he kind of flattened Brody out, so he just slammed him.
Oh yeah, the tombstone.
Yeah.
But rather than the tombstone,
okay,
slammed
him. Yep. Then he picked him up, heat seeked 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
MJF winning was the right decision. The finish kind of fell flat because it was kind of like, oh,
yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is what it is.
It was a good match.
Not that it was bad. It just couldn't live up to everything else that happened in the night.
Correct. I think that it fell behind from what was in front of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Shall we pivot to PWA?
Yeah,
and then do Ring of Honor?
Yes. So before we finish the AEW, like I would say in terms of the show itself, good 3.5, 4 stars. Like it was really fun.
Solid. And I know we like to shit on AEW a lot.
We do.
Like this was actually like a solid show to go to. And I feel like that's the difference between watching on TV and being there in person as well.
Yeah.
it's just there's something special about being at a wrestling show live.
Yeah. The couple of gripes for us obviously is the merch. Fix that, please. The sound quality and the production sound quality was a bit iffy at times.
The entrances were fine, and it wasn't until they were playing the music back after the participant has won. Yeah. Something was happening that just didn't sound right.
That was a bit iffy. And there was also a problem where I appreciate that you need the ring announcer to be loud so everyone knows the match is about to start.
But when she started, we were like...
She was so loud, it hurt.
Even with some of the vignettes they were showing between the matches too.
And just the boom, the instant sound.
MJF's music. Like,
yeah.
Lockie nearly shit himself.
It was very loud.
Yeah.
But in terms of the rest of it, like, full credit to AEW for the production of the show they put on. The quickness between Ring of Honor to AEW show was done super fast. By the time people had left their seats,
within a couple minutes.
5 minutes, 10 minutes after Kyle Fletcher had walked away, the production crew was already out there with drills and stuff, bringing the screens and everything down. Like they were on point for what they were doing.
They were on a mission to get up to Brisbane.
Yeah.
So,
but unfortunately, Lockie couldn't get himself a chair this year. He got down to the floor. He was walking around the ring. There just wasn't any.
I don't know how that kid does it.
Mate, it's confidence. When you're a 12-year-old, you just confidence. You just get what you want.
Yeah. Except the chair.
Except for chair this time.
Which apparently were mid anyway. So
I think that
was
chair
just
is better.
I mean, it's cool because it was the first one, but also like it was just Tony and Kyle.
It's on a black chair. It wasn't as good.
No, I liked it.
You liked it more?
Yeah.
Nah, I agree with Lockie. I mean, I wouldn't say
the Australian talent. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, no Harley, no Lena.
We can't spoil Lena though.
Oh, I guess.
And no one knows her apparently.
That's the valid points. Yeah, right. Fair enough.
All right. Yeah. Overall, good show. Not 3 out of 10 Grand Scam Australia, like some guy we saw reviewing the show before we started recording. Ridiculous. Like, as I said, like we like to make fun of AEW and like critique it pretty heavily sometimes. 3 out of 10 is no.
This show hit our expectations for what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show that beat our expectations though. PWA Colosseum.
Yeah, let's go to that. They kicked off with the tag team gauntlet match, which let's go off the top of our heads, some of the competitors, and try and keep our journalistic integrity. First off, Third Eye, we can't forget to include them because somebody forgot to tag him in a post and then...
Well, somebody couldn't find Xander on Instagram and didn't know that his tag was the Illuminator. So if I had known that, I could have tagged you in the post. I apologize. I knew it. Yeah, but you'd left to go get food or something. But you didn't even want to watch his match. I got slandered in his match. He questioned my journalistic integrity, not yours. Oh, it's because you're more recognizable than I am. He's probably scared of me.
It's the hair.
Who knows?
It's the hair. I can't help it.
You know, I had to tell Shay that his song was Childish Gambino and she didn't believe me either.
Oh, ridiculous.
She's
ridiculous.
Like, he shouldn't have a good song that good. I said, yeah, well, you go do something about it, Shay. Better chance you do than I do.
So, yes, Third Eye was in it. We had Minor and Manouche. We had...
MK Plus Ultra.
This is days ago. I'm really testing my memory right now.
The Rangers were there.
Oh, yes, Jack Bonzer and EC Brownie.
They were in the match.
Big Fudge and Aaron Jake.
They started it.
They started
the first 3 falls.
Yeah. And let's touch on that because that story is going to expand into their next show, I presume. So when Big Fudge was doing his over-the-top rope, getting the ring shtick.
Oh, he had to give the title over to Aaron. Yeah.
He had a good, long, hard look at that title. And I saw that and I was like, I see what's happening here.
Randy Orton impersonation, just staring at the title.
Yeah, I see what's happening here. They got through a few falls and then...
Which was all Fudge, to be fair.
Yes. Except one. I believe one was Aaron.
The third one was when Aaron, then he went and grabbed the title and smacked Fudge on the back of his head with it and they lost.
And it was the Rangers.
It was.
Kicked out Fudge and Aaron Jake.
Yes.
From the gauntlet. But the last team that would enter was Munna and Manouche, the crowd favourites, Lockie's favourites, and they would go on to win. So I
can't dance like Manouche, but he's got some moves.
No, I can't. El Phoenician, the hips.
Yeah.
My hips don't work at the best of times.
They do lie though. His hips do lie.
Sure. I assume there's going to be some sort of tag team championship opportunity for them in the future.
I would assume so.
Yeah, let's jump to that because we did have a tag team championship match between the Velocities and North Shore Wrestling. Wankers. So they ended up retaining in this match, which like as soon as we saw North Shore Wrestling and Velocities, we were like, oh, we're in for a match. Banger. Had a banger. What we also had a banger of was crowd chants at Jack Osborne.
So this Colosseum was upgraded from the Metro Social, the Metro Theatre. So if you haven't been to the Metro Theatre, it's right in the middle of the city in Sydney. It's a great venue. Seats around the ring, and then there's a whole standing room only. It was packed as expected because they did announce earlier in the week that Mark Davis was going to be in the Fatal 4-Way on the card.
And we all presumed that someone else would be in attendance as well.
We former PWA alumni, Kyle Fletcher, who did show up, and he was on commentary, and he was having the time of his goddamn life.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Watch the YouTube stream. He is hilarious. He really thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tag match was great. The crowd themselves. So poor Jack Osborne has a bit of a Reece problem, obviously, where he's follically challenged. It doesn't
what
have
a fucking way to put it. Follically challenged.
He's bald, as we like to put it. And so
you've got bald chance.
Starts with the bald chance, which is it's tried and true. It's been done before. Ricochet's copped it. It's it's fine.
It's a thing now.
The crowd then upped themselves. And I don't know who came up with it, but I am so proud of this person. If you do watch this, please
thoroughly impressed as well.
Let us know in the comments your name and everything, because I want to give you a shout out for this fantastic chant.
Yeah.
If you're aware of dance/popular music from about 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Basement Jacks.
The Basement Jacks.
Right.
Where's Your Head At?
Yeah.
What a great banging song that is.
Where's your hair at?
Where's your hair at? Where's your hair at?
Everyone's just getting into it. Where's your hair at? Even Lockie was singing it while we were at AEW the next night.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much
because he was watching it on YouTube. Kyle was giggling his ass off on commentary singing this. This was a fantastic chant.
Kyle was also bald.
He shaved his head by choice, though.
So do I. It's just really thin up here.
No, I wouldn't say Kyle's bald, though. Kyle's just got a shaved head.
I have a shaved head. This is a couple days of growth.
I've also seen Jack Osborne. Jack's a bit like...
He just shaves every day.
Yeah. Look, it's a choice, Jack. I appreciate it. Your spear is still better than Jey Uso's.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I feel like there was another one. No, that was in one of the actual Colosseum matches, which we'll touch on shortly.
Okay. You'll have to remind me what the chant was. Please do.
I will.
Okay,
we'll touch on it first. We'll work reverse order. Anyway.
Okay.
North Shore Wankers would come out on top, retain their championships, and I assume they're going to face Monroe Minush sometime soon. But the Velocity's unparalleled in the ring.
They're so much fun.
Yeah.
They really are.
Always a hoot to watch.
I think the Velocity's North Shore Wrestling is a match in Slam, March 28th at the Ainsley Football Club. So
correct.
You get to go watch that locally if you're in Canberra.
Pumped for that too. I'll probably be working the show.
Oh, will you now?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Behind the Scenes. Get to work the show now. Look at me. I'm on the inside.
Part of my duties as a member of the Slam Academy. Okay.
Oh, so cute. I'm so proud of you.
I actually really liked it. Like
I'm legitimately proud of you for doing it.
Being able to see how the ring set up and tear down and all that behind the scenes stuff works.
Yep.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. Pretty much all the rest of the matches, bar the main event, which was the Fatal 4-Way, were Colosseum qualifiers. Round 1
for
qualifiers.
the sword.
Yes. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, there will be no North Sword Wrestling, which is kind of funny because we had these thrown out in the crowd. Will Keatis wins Colosseum. Didn't even win his qualifier, so...
Also, just a note for you, Will, and PWA and anybody else that you want to know. Editor Luke, who does all our videos for us, works at a printing company. So if you want your posters to fit the A4 page...
Slide in the DMs, man.
Actually look good, we've got a hook up for you. We can help you out here.
Yeah. So we'll go through the matches and who were the participants, and then we'll talk about each match. We had Robbie Thorpe versus Edward Dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Braxton versus Will Keatis. Scotty Green versus Frankie B, and Lockie McIntyre versus Matthew Hayter, which was the first of our Colosseum matches. And
it's your mum's favourite wrestler, Lockie McIntyre.
Yeah.
And
then it's Lockie McIntyre's mum's favourite wrestler, Matthew Hayter.
So good. Love this.
We are not worthy of Matthew Hayter in the slightest.
I was so glad to watch Matt wrestle not in Slam, and that's not slandering Slam. I get what Slam's product is.
Yeah.
And I love, Sir Matthew Hayter III as part of the King's Court.
Yeah, absolutely. But like,
but letting Matt Hayter be Matt Hayter and unleash him actually
just a little different.
So much better. Yeah. God.
Bringing the microphone in the ring, Lockie McIntyre. They started the match, Lockie slid under.
Yep.
Grabbed the microphone. I am the only undefeated wrestler in PWA. I am PWA's true proto-star, because by that time Kyle Fletcher had come out. We all booed him. Got in the ring. Tried to bribe Matthew Hayter. Just lay down and I will compensate you handsomely.
Mm-hmm. Don't think he's hard up for a buck though.
No. Matthew Hayter had stolen the microphone off Lockie McIntyre. I can't remember what he said next, which is funny because we watched it back yesterday.
Oh, he was just saying that he was going to beat him, and then he said, "Here, can you hold this for me?" And threw the mic.
No, we missed the roll up, where it was Lockie McIntyre rolled up Hayter, and Hayter was like, "Oh, I don't know who taught you that professional wrestling move, but congratulations, you did well."
That is true. Yep. And then there was a bit of back and forth. Then they actually started wrestling. Matt took off his gear, got his whitey tighties out,
black and whitey tighties,
right to the face of Lockie McIntyre. And then you know what? They wrestled for a bit. Carter Deems was out there and he tried to get involved a few different times, but couldn't get involved. Matt stayed on top, and then Lockie hit a top rope superplex. I was like, hang on a minute.
Lockie McIntyre can wrestle.
He actually hit a proper professional wrestling move.
Yeah.
Like safely and well done. And I mean, you were, as we know. No. Reece is in the Slam Academy, so he's almost a professional now. He's had proper training.
Yeah.
I think you were commenting, he's not posting up on the slams. He's not
posting. No, he wasn't posting the body slams enough. You got to get right in the hip.
Yeah.
Right next to there.
It's a nice critique for you there, Lockie. Just post up a little bit more on your slams.
Watch me get slandered for that comment.
I hope, Lockie, if Lockie McIntyre, if you're watching, go send a DM to Dan Archer, Pro Wrestler, and say, Dan, go super hard on Reece at the next training session. Because Dan is jacked and stacked and will throw you around like a bitch.
He did that when he gave me a suplex. I had a bruise on my hip for a full week.
Get him to do it again.
Ridiculous.
And then get Luke Watts to hit him with his 270 degrees of knees and not miss.
Luke always hits it. What are you talking about?
No, but I mean like just the knees, just straight onto you, just like really teach. Because you want to comment that someone can't post properly. He's 2-0 in PWA and in the Colosseum semifinals, and you're critiquing his posting of a body slam?
Yeah. Just like I was critiquing Charlotte's bump on SmackDown the other week.
Oh, did you just compare Lockie McIntyre to Charlotte Flair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair enough. Good
Both
comp, I'm sure Lockie will take it.
Lockie McIntyre would actually go on and win his match.
He did win.
Carter Dean's interrupted, pull ref Reach out of the ring as Matthew Hayter was about to seal the victory. He got lambasted and sent out. Lockie McIntyre.
Hits
low
the
blow. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. Still undefeated. Still PWA's only undefeated professional wrestler.
To be fair, when we did speak to Lockie post-match, he was incredibly humble.
Yes.
Like one of the most humble professional wrestlers I think I've ever spoken to. 2-0.
2-0.
Gets a rematch now against the winner of the next Colosseum match.
Which was Scotty Green and Frankie B. It was really interesting dynamic. And I think you mentioned it was because we had a lot of people potentially in from out of town for AEW coming to the PWA show.
Yes.
And when the first competitor for this match walks out, and it's Frankie B, and you've got a bunch of middle-aged men and a really gorgeous woman walk out in her ring gear.
Just quietly.
She instantly won the hearts of every single person in that arena.
This is now going to take prime space on the Madison Square Garage set.
Signed, and you can see the lipstick on it too.
There you go, Frankie.
Thank you for that, Frankie B. We really appreciate your support for Down on the Mat, and I guess you appreciate our support for buying your merchandise.
Absolutely. Ring of Honor star now too.
Spoilers.
This was fun. So we obviously had Scotty around the week before when he was down here for Slam. I was talking, and we knew bit of behind the goss, behind the sheet stuff with the wrestling match was that Frankie was in Japan for the week.
Yeah. Jenny got back, I think like 8 hours.
She landed at 10 a.m. Friday morning. I was talking to her about it. So obviously a little less time to plan the match together. So Scotty had to be the aggressor, which is good. But like you said, I think because it was a casual, less PWA style crowd, having them cheering for Frankie and booing Scott was very different to the way that that match would normally have played out.
Even in a normal PWA match.
Well,
just completely different.
I think the other problem was that you had no PPK. So there was no Nikki Van Blair in this. And we've seen the last few months that I have to give credit to PPK's legal team to be able to get the contract stipulations signed that they are seen in the PWA roster as a single wrestler.
A single entity.
A single entity. So that's helped them in a lot of their matches previously. But this Colosseum, I think it must have been, much tighter and stricter tournament rules that none of that's going to happen. It was just Frankie B.
None of that's going to happen except Carter Deans gets to be at ringside.
Well, I mean, nothing was saying Nikki couldn't have been at ringside. She just couldn't wrestle with Frankie. So I did like the little touch too of Scott adding his Survivor-esque start to his entrance. That was pretty cool.
Really good.
But the match was really good. And like they put on, they told a good story. They worked really well. Frankie, I think that they both, worked out halfway through that the wrong one was getting cheered. So they went with that and leaned into it throughout the match. But really good match between these two. Obviously, they're superb, wrestlers, and they're going to get their opportunities in and around the scene in the not too distant future for both of them, quite obviously. And Scotty ended up winning this, which means that he now goes on to the semifinals of the Colosseum on the March 6th show at the Factory Theatre in a rematch with the very humble, very professional, undefeated Lockie McIntyre.
Yes, correct. The other side of the bracket, though, we've got Ben Braxton, who overcame Will Keatis. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, North Sword Wrestling.
That would, like that shirt. Oh, if only.
Yeah.
Such a
good marketing ploy, but all for nothing now.
Look, save for 2027, Will. All right? North Sword Wrestling 2027.
Look how long it took Ben Braxton to actually get into Colosseum. There's still time.
That's true.
You'll get there, Will.
That is true.
We trust you. One interesting thing to note for this match was that Mick Moretti came out to watch the entire match while sitting on two dudes that were kneeling with chairs. And absolute commendations to these two gentlemen who had Mick Moretti sitting on their knees. I would have gotten uncomfortable in that position after a couple of minutes.
12 seconds.
Couple of minutes, I would have been like, nah, I need to switch knees. I need to move around a little bit. No, they sat there for a good 10, 15 minutes for this match.
Kyle Fletcher was terrified of Mick Moretti when he came out.
Was he?
Yeah, on the commentary, he was terrified. He's like, oh my God, that's like the scariest looking man alive. No. But also, for context behind this, obviously Mick Moretti was the inaugural winner of the Colosseum tournament, so he has a sword. He wrestled Braxton, I'm pretty sure at the Hottest 100 show in January.
Yep.
To sort of say, look, you're not good enough yet, kid. You probably shouldn't be in Colosseum. I can help you. Braxton said no. Mick Moretti elbowed his face in and beat him. And then afterwards again said, look, you sure you don't want my help? And Rita Stone and Braxton said, no, go away. So Moretti was like, okay. Mm-hmm. And now he just sat on the stage and watched, and Braxton got a very, very good Eminem style entrance. He's got one shot to not miss a chance to go. His opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Lose yourself.
Once in 6 years or so, Braxton's tried.
And it was kind of once, and it's really funny because Robbie Eagles, with the interview that we did, quizzed us on who we thought was going to win Colosseum. Neither of us picked Ben Braxton. But I think once we saw this entrance, I think we were both kind of like, oh.
New gear,
this is kind of special. I think there's a little extra something behind Ben Braxton for this. So
I mean, Will had a special entrance with people throwing out the news articles and extra read all about it. Because I think you didn't click onto it when they were showing at the start for Will's entrance. There was all the news articles.
No, I was in the toilet. I missed it all.
Oh, maybe it was Luke then, editor Luke that I was talking to. They were like, who's this coming out? I was just Eddie Thorpe or something, like, what, a different person. And I was like, no, this is Will. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, he's the anchor man. Yeah, he's the news. And then they showed literally Will Ferrell as the anchor man. I was like, Will.
Anchor man.
Didn't help you win the match though, unfortunately. Nah. Sorry, brother.
No, Ben Braxton would go on to defeat Will Keatis. But Will Keatis would get the upper hand after the match.
Smash him with that golden
Smash his arm with the golden esky, leaving Rita Stone to come try and usher away Will Keatis, console Ben Braxton, and Mick Moretti just walk away laughing.
I think this Mick Moretti and Braxton story is going to continue through Colosseum.
Yeah, absolutely. Shame I'm going to miss the next show with the winner of the Colosseum.
Yeah, well, we'll try and get there. We'll see.
This is what happens when you have a child.
There might be some serendipitous timing.
There will not be serendipitous timing. There will not.
You're very confident.
No, I'm just a dedicated potential father.
We'll see.
We will not see. I'm firmly writing myself out of it.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just go.
You can go. You and Luke can go. I will not. I will watch from afar if you live stream.
Via YouTube.
Yeah, I hope they live stream. I'd be disappointed if they don't.
They should.
Final match in Colosseum was Robbie Thorpe.
Yes.
Not Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay.
Robbie Thorpe versus Edward
Also,
Dusk.
my pick to win because I couldn't pick Robbie Eagle, so I picked Robbie Thorpe. As close as I could get.
Makes sense, right? I believe this was our first live experience with Edward Dusk.
And his wife. Nice to meet you.
Name? Did you get it?
No, I can't remember what her name was. I'm sorry. You follow us on Instagram now.
How disrespectful.
It's been a long weekend, Reece. I barely remember your name, let alone everyone else's.
Yeah, you've been calling me child because I keep harassing your child.
That's accurate. This is the first time I think we've seen Dusky wrestling.
Dusky.
Unless he was over in EPW. I can't remember.
Potentially, but yeah, can't remember. So we'll call this the first time.
Yeah. This was I think this was a well technically wrestled match. The problem that I have with this was that it should not have been the second to last match on the card.
No.
Mostly because both Dusk and Thorpe aren't PWA regulars.
Yes.
I know Robbie
does come.
He's the MCW
often.
champion. He's very good. And Dusk has obviously wrestled a whole bunch around Melbourne as well. They're both very prominent, but they're not local. And when you were following Will Keatis, who is such a prominent part of North Shore Wankers, and Ben Braxton, who has had years worth of a story getting into Colosseum, it kind of took away that this match was after that. So I think this one should have gone before. I think they just switched the spots of the two matches because the match was really good.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the crowd was kind of like out of it from the story they told beforehand.
What they were into, though, was the crowd chants for Robbie Thorpe. Well,
this chant, I forgot. And then there was my chant in the other Braxton match was Will Penis because it rhymes with Will Keatis.
It's so simple, but so effective.
Sorry, man.
What was really
broke
effective
my microwave.
was the...
he didn't, but
so
my Milko's back. So obviously the chant that we're going to talk about for this one is Robbie Thorpe is English. It's from
Surprise. Yes.
And Lizzie's in a box.
In a box. Lizzie's in a box. Na 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 na. Lizzie's in a box. In a box. Lizzie's in a box. Fucking amazing chant. I can't wait to use that on Bronson United.
Oh, they copied that so... Vinny, you're copying that so badly when you're next
I did one of these and I feel like Robbie Thorpe looked at me but didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah, I don't know how much they could have seen us in the dark from the ring with the lights on.
No.
I reckon
there's enough.
We were close enough. You would have seen us.
There's enough, especially when I'm doing this in your face. Well, not quite your face, but in your general direction. Robbie Thorpe would go on to win this match, though.
He would. I'm still alive in the Colosseum tournament.
Yes, your prediction is alive. Mine is not, which is rather unfortunate.
Robbie against Braxton and Lockie McIntyre and Scott Green is your semi-finals.
Yes. With the field that we've got left, let's do our predictions for that show and the final and who's winning. I mean, I guess you're sticking with Robbie Thorpe.
I kind of have to on morals.
Yeah.
I can't go back against
I get to pivot now and choose a different one because my guy's out.
I wonder who you're going to pivot for, Reece.
I really don't know because, like, Robbie and Braxton should be a good match.
Yes.
I feel like maybe Braxton gets through to the final.
Yeah, but I don't want Braxton to win his first Colosseum. And I feel like that Mick Moretti hanging over the top of it the whole time is going to cost him.
Yeah.
So does it cost him the semi or does it cost him the final? I don't know.
I think they put it on Lockie McIntyre, dude.
I swear to God, if you give Lockie McIntyre the Colosseum sword with Robbie Eagles, Mick Moretti, Zack Sabre Jr., Jess
Robbie
Troy.
Thorpe, yeah. Oh, like in that upper
and
echelon
Lockie
of people.
McIntyre from TikTok? Nah, bro.
There's just something in the air, you know? There's something in the air.
I would love to see it, but the online outrage would be
look,
astronomical.
there's just something there, but I feel like maybe Scotty gets through to the final. So it's Scotty and Braxton.
I think that would probably be the pick of the matches.
Yeah, I'd prefer Scotty to go over than Braxton. Not that we don't like Braxton. It's like, if can't win your first ever.
Do you reckon you can take a sword over through customs to the US?
We'll touch on that shortly. Or maybe in another episode.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, Drew McIntyre's got a sword over there. Maybe you can just borrow his.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. That'll work. Main event time. Robbie Eagles versus Mark Davis versus Jessica Troy versus the Tuck Man. Match of the night. Hands down. Hands down fucking match of the night. Oh my God. The amount of pops that I had during this match are unfathomable. Fathomable. Yeah. Big words.
In full hindsight, after all the wrestling we've watched this weekend, is that better than the matches we saw at AEW?
Oh, we can't say that,
can't we?
Was it though?
I kind of think...
You kind of reckon it is? In ring-wise?
In ring,
probably.
This match
in ring
was
non-gimmicked match?
Oh, look, the Kyle and Briscoe match, because it was ladders, was a spot fest.
Yeah.
I think this was better wrestled.
Well, when you've got like...
Am I saying that a Tuckman and Robbie Jess and Mark match is as well wrestled as a John Moxley versus Takeshita match?
No, you're saying it's better.
Controversial maybe, but I actually think I might stand by that.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that.
Also, sick new merch, Robbie. Lim Reaper shirt. Love it.
Yeah, it's okay. Kidding.
Wow. Do you know what's better than okay? Robbie's new hairdo.
Actually, I actually dig it.
Yeah?
I remember seeing it and I was just being like, I went up to Robbie just before the show and I was like, where was this last week? Couldn't have debuted your new hair on the podcast for us?
Imagine that spot, just sitting here asking questions, then bang, throws the hat off.
Oh!
Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah. On the podcast. That would have been great. I can't even fathom how good this match was.
I'm not
going to try and reflect and
go and watch it. We'll put the link.
Adequate words.
We'll put the link for Colosseum in the description.
It is live on YouTube.
Watch it on YouTube.
It's up live on YouTube.
Yeah. Look, this match was so well done, and we've seen obviously Robbie and Tucky have the feud over the Solo PWA Championship. We've seen Jess with Robbie wrestle before, bringing Mark in and just Mark Davis being hostile, big man, shoulder charging and
just taking everyone out. And
I liked as well, I think you and I have said this a lot on this podcast around when we have multi-person matches, when it feels lame, where it's just like you throw somebody out and then you just get a one-on-one match for a while and then you go in. They did a bit of that with this, but there was also a lot of points where it was Jess and Tucky working to try and get Mark out.
Yeah.
And then
Mark would get out and then those two go at it and Tucky gets taken out. But then that's when Robbie slides in. Their timing was just like spot on. There wasn't really a down point of the match where it's just like someone's getting worked over and you're waiting for someone else to come in. Everything flowed really smoothly.
Yep. And then the story between all of them, the PWA guys working together, obviously Robbie and Tucky, are they going to work together? Are they going to kick each other's brains in like they always do? Robbie trying to get the Ron Miller special on people, Jess being the arm.
Was it Mark Davis? They had the Ron Miller special and the armbar.
No, Tucky. Tucky was in both.
Great spot.
This was so good. The cutter, Tucky, mate. I have never seen you hit your top rope cutter with more height than the one you hit on Mark here and the next night.
Yes,
you nailed them. This was so good. Obviously, again, shout out, happy birthday to Robbie Eagles for last Friday. It was his birthday, which conveniently meant he was the one who got the win.
Yes, he did. Over, I believe he pinned Jess.
Yes.
Troy. Hit the Warp 4.5 into the Ron Miller special. Got the tap out victory.
Yes.
So I said pinned Jess, but I knew that he won by submission. It's been a long weekend, guys, and we still have to talk about Ring of Honor, so let's quickly smash through that.
Yes.
It's PWA Colosseum, amazing, great night, excellent way to cap it off. There was a point at the end of the night where we're like, shit, is MJF going to come out and accept Robbie's challenge for Brisbane? No, we didn't get it, which was unfortunate. There was a part at the end of Grand Slam Australia where we were like, is Robbie going to come out? Because Robbie on the card opening the AEW Grand Slam tapings, well, with the Ring of Honor tapings, against Sean Dean from...
Shane Taylor Promotions.
Shane Taylor Promotions. We hadn't even gotten to our seats yet. We're in the concourse.
Yelling out in the afterglow.
Yeah.
As loud as possible, looking like idiots as we're running to our seats.
Yes. But we got there, got to see the full match, which was great. And Robbie Eagles wins again.
Well, look, if you haven't watched our interview with Robbie, find it on YouTube. It's a great little chat with him. But we did talk to Rob about going back to Ring of Honor at some point. And he did say to us very specifically that the door is always open. If he ever went to the Ring of Honor, that I'm sure they'd welcome him back. He'd come back and he'd call it from ROH to ROB for Rob. And I feel like the cheeky little shit knew that this was going to happen when he was mentioning that to us and didn't say anything. So we appreciate it, Rob.
It was a nice surprise.
Alive.
Yeah, it was a good surprise. Because we kind of expected it, but by the time we'd gotten there, I was so angry about the merch that I just didn't even think about who was going to be on the Ring of Honor tapings.
I didn't think the Ring of Honor taping would be this Aussie
Every
local.
single match had Australian talent in it. Robbie Eagles won the match against Sean Dean. The second match was the Sisters of Sin. So Sky Blue and Julia Hart versus Aisha and Frankie B.
Yep.
Great to see. Great rally behind Frankie B and Aisha as well during the match. And there was a spot where I was like, shit, they might do it. But
there was a point in this match too where Lockie was watching and he was like, how come Frankie didn't get her entrance? And I was like, because they're doing TV tapings. They've only got a certain amount of time. You kind of just got to get them into the ring. It's like,
local talent doesn't always.
But it's Frankie B. It's
entrances.
to us, it's Frankie B. Obviously, right?
To the international crowd, it's local talent.
On a club, they don't know who Frankie is. They will eventually. I think they'll all very quickly Google Frankie B after this match. But Lockie was like, I wonder if Frankie wins. I was like, Lachlan, if Frankie gets the pin, I'll bet you $1,000 if Frankie wins. And he was like, all right, let's go, Frankie. Sorry, dude.
And sorry to Frankie.
Yeah.
We wanted it.
Yeah. We unfortunately saw the writing on the wall for this match.
And this is a really good thing. I feel like this is a really good thing to have on the resumes for all of these wrestlers as well, being on their taping. The next match would be the Outrunners and Dalton Castle versus our friends, North Shore Wankers.
A trios match. What's the hype about Dalton Castle? I don't really care. I'm also, and I think I said this to you on the drive home, I'm done. I'm over the Outriders now. Whatever. I see. I don't even know what their name is. Who cares? But their fun Miami Vice shtick was funny 2 years ago when they debuted it.
Kind of right.
It's the same thing now.
And I guess that's why they're doing Ring of Honor stuff.
Yeah, because they tried it up on AEW and Collision and then they got nowhere with it. And they went, just get back to Ring of Honor, boys. Because you're not exactly, repackaging yourself when you look like a knockoff Hulk Hogan, right? So,
tough words.
Being a bit too rough. I wanted North Shore Wankers to win this match.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Even though we were chanting bald at Jack Osborne again. Sorry,
Will Penis. It was unfortunate. But you guys got a Ring of Honor. How good?
Yep, on the resumes. Congratulations, we did.
And I assume you get a Ring of Honor again tonight in the Brisbane show, which we don't know yet because it hasn't happened. So I will check Instagram and or Twitters later.
Yes, correct. Second last match of the Ring of Honor tapings. Mina Shirakawa against Charlie Evans.
Chev's got a full entrance.
She got a full entrance, which was great to see.
And my old mate Jasmine next to me was cheering for Mina Shirakawa the whole time. Just dancing away from Mina. And I was like, hey, it's Chev's. What are you doing?
Charlie Evans.
This is Chev's
Sydney
country.
local. Yeah. Chev's country.
Disappointed.
Great to...
But this was a pretty good match.
Pretty damn good. We got sportsmanship at the start as well. Nice little handshake. I believe we got some of that after the match as well. Mina went over to Charlie and did the work.
Gave her the nod of respect after she had a ponytail cut on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Stupid Wheeler Yuta. Glad you got your head shaved.
They didn't even shave all of it. They shaved half of his head.
I hope they leave it. With the mullet at the bottom and just the skull.
He's going to have to walk around with a ski mask until the Dynamite taping.
Oh, so they don't see what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It's so funny.
That's right. It's just Australian summer. Ski mask or a beanie, you'll be fine. You wouldn't even notice.
Mina Shirakawa would win that encounter. And then...
She's got they got a probably good 5 to 10 minutes. I think it was a fair amount of time. And this was the point where it was 5 minutes before the main show was supposed to start. So I was like, I'm going to duck out at the end of this match quickly.
Yeah.
Because they'll have to change the ring over, get us ready for an 8 o'clock kickoff. And I was like, cool, I'll go to the toilet and get a drink. And then
that was the thing. The run time that they'd advertised was 7 to 7:30 block for Ring of Honor tapings, 8 to 10:30 for AEW, and then a half hour afterwards for another Ring of Block tapings.
Yep. Ring of Block. Ring of Honor.
Ring of Block.
Ring of
Rob.
Honor. Rob.
Ring of Rob.
Ring
of Block. Rob.
of Bobby.
It works.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Anyway, I guess they changed that around so AEW would finish last. Clear
also
up
because
immediately after that.
It wasn't live to the US. Like, it was a pre-tape show.
Yeah.
Like, it would have gone 3 a.m. or something in the morning, and there's no way AEW fans are getting up at 3 in the morning to watch this.
No. But you conveniently left. And who would come out?
I'm sorry, Tuck.
But podcast friend, the Tuck Man, getting a Ring of Honor debut onto his resume. Full entrance with slightly tweaked music, unless it was just the sound issues. There was no vocals. So
with Chelsea Dag was just the sound. You don't need the vocals, mate.
It's just and the
we knew what we were doing.
Whole arena went crazy.
We saw the boys afterwards, and I can't imagine how Tucky would have felt.
Getting that opportunity just after getting signed to not signed. What?
Getting a WWE opportunity.
WWE tryout, which is amazing. Like, amazing. We knew it would happen at some point.
Yeah. Super proud of them for that. Yeah. But like, you think of, them getting massive crowds and huge pops in like the UC refectory of them doing the things, and then going into the Metro Theatre and the Factory Theatre.
Thornbury Theatre in Melbourne.
Going to the EPW and getting it over in Perth with a whole bunch of people before Crown Jewel. And you're like,
RCW.
How cool
I'm pretty sure they've been to Adelaide as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have 7,500 people in Kudos Bank Arena doing these ones.
Bucket list item, surely.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely love to see it. Tucky would go one-on-one with Mark Davis. Convenient.
Running back from last night.
Yeah. They just encountered each other last night in the Fatal 4-Way. Well, the previous night. Mark Davis would get up in this encounter.
But again, Tucky, he got lots of hope spots, and that cutter.
After that cutter, 2.99, almost had him.
This was a really fun way to get all the local talent on the show. I'm super proud that AEW worked so well with Ring of Honor and with the PWA guys to give everybody a chance.
Yeah.
For us, marks that like local wrestling and support the local guys, seeing you on the big stage against the bigger, the more professional people would say the AEW style or the Ring of Honor style people was
holding your own as well.
Yeah, no one looked out of place at all.
No.
Every single Aussie person on this pre-card worked their ass off to get to that spot, and they each grabbed their opportunity with both hands and looked superb in that ring. And I'm so proud. I'm so glad that they all got 7,000 people cheering and chanting for their names and for their entrances and popping for them huge. Robbie was off his tits excited. You could see how much fun he had. Same as Tucky, same as Aisha and Frankie and Chevs and all the North Shore wrestling guys. Like, this was just so awesome for all of them to get this kind of opportunity. And I really hope this video will go out after the House Rule show in Brisbane's happened. I really hope you all get another shot at it tonight. And if it's not filmed and recorded, I'm going to be hanging out for you guys to reshare everything on your Instagrams to see how it was. Because
let us know.
We were super proud of everything you guys have done. And it's amazing to see you get put on a global stage. And if you don't have Honor Club or you don't have access to watching Ring of Honor, sign up for a free trial or whatever and just watch these matches, because that we always say support local wrestling and support your local wrestlers. This is why, because you then get them the opportunity to show themselves on the world stage.
Yeah. Super proud of all of the competitors from Australia over this weekend. PWA, the Ring of Honor tapings, AEW Grand Slam as well.
The skate park.
The skate park.
Big Fudge.
I mentioned at the start of the show, it's so great to see so much Australian talent getting showcased. And this weekend was just absolutely stacked with it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And now
it's a great feeling.
Now we've got obviously the Grand Slam chair from last year. Now we've got a signed poster from another AEW wrestler.
We do.
And
we
Ring
have
of
a
Honor
bucket
wrestler.
hat. And a bucket hat.
Bucket hats don't suit me.
No, give it here.
So you're not bald.
No, just so I'm full yellow and even more.
Yeah, look, that's pretty. It's pretty abhorrently bright.
On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Tremendous weekend for us here in Australia for AEW Grand Slam, PWA Colosseum, Ring of Honor tapings. Like, it's just amazing. I can't put it into any other words. It's just truly amazing to see all this Australian talent get showcased on a global stage like that.
Yep.
Very proud of all of you for making it.
Absolutely.
We'll talk more about the WWE tryouts that have been announced in our weekly episode, so make sure you tune into that. Make sure you go check out our Robbie Eagles interview. We've been plugging that several times in this.
Go watch Colosseum. Go watch the Slam Rumble. Go watch everything else. We'll link it all in our descriptions.
Yeah.
Support local wrestling. Support AEW. Tony Khan. Anyone just wants to tweet Tony Khan for us, tell him to bring more merch next time.
Merchandise!
I want a shirt, man. I want a Tony Storm
shirt. 2
shirt.
years running, Dan has not been able to get a shirt.
And it's not because I'm too fat for them this time. It's just because they don't have any stock.
Yes, correct. Thank you for tuning in. Dan Danielson, Rowdy Roddy Reece. We are here in Madison Square Garage, talking all things professional wrestling, and we will see you next time down under the mat. Too sweet.